Fellas, don't you ever get nostalgic thinking about great games such as Uncharted's Nathan Drake trilogy? The OGs before Uncharted 4. It's a great game though, but I'm talking Drake's Fortune, Among Thieves, and Drake's Deception. The games that really made my childhood and many other kids back in the day. Man, I really miss those days. Today, we're taking a look at a game that I personally describe as Uncharted's copy, Tomb Raider's copy, and I guess any other third-person shooter copy. Except it's not PlayStation exclusive. Though the game lacks parkour and climbing, the animations look similar. Hell, even the main character of both games, Uncharted and today's game, are voiced by the legendary Nolan North. Today we're taking a look at Spec Ops: The Line.
Remember when the first storms hit Dubai? The man's a fucking hero.
Silence! Lugo, where the fuck are you guys?
Spec Ops: The Line is a AAA linear game developed by the German studio Jaeger and published by 2K Games in 2012. Released initially on Windows, Linux, Mac OS, PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 devices. However, the game was recently delisted from all online storefronts. So, to get it, you may have to sail some seas, fellas. I do not endorse the act though. Or if you're lucky to find a Steam key. It takes place in a fictional Dubai, where an apocalyptic sandstorm wrecks the city, throwing the city into ruins, where water is scarce. A regiment in the US Army called the Damn 33rd, who has recently returned from Kabul, Afghanistan, have volunteered right after to rescue the civilians in Dubai, led by Colonel John Conrad. Time goes by and a rescue call is intercepted from the colonel of the 33rd, giving a brief status regarding the rescue operation, calling it a failure with countless casualties. Afterwards, a Delta Trio squad is deployed to Dubai, led by Captain Martin Walker, Lieutenant Adams, and Sergeant Lugo, to investigate and recover any intel on the operation, as well as recovering missing 33rd soldiers or civilians. Unexpectedly, everything goes south at the very first interaction, and the story goes on with its twists and turns, as well as fallouts between our three characters.
Hello people watching the Dark Alliance YouTube channel. My name is John Boost. Yes, I have come here in the flesh to...
Nobody knows you!
Trust me, I'm too known, man. I'm too popular for this world. Anyway, back to the review. This game offers a third-person shooter experience akin to Uncharted. You can even shoot from behind, cover blindly, and your crosshair will be similar to the crosshair from the aforementioned game. The weapons in the game have special mechanics. For example, the Scar H has the grenade launcher, which is very helpful by the way. The M9 and the M4A1 have suppressors for certain stealthy interactions, and I love those. And the scoped rifle can be used without a scope. Oh, you want to hear me out on this one. Sniping in this game is just so satisfying. Each weapon and their special attachments. You will occasionally face sandstorms in the game, which obscures your vision and disables one of the forgotten mechanics in the game, call-out orders. And trust me, you want to use those a lot in the game, they're actually great. In which Captain Walker can order his squad mates to stun or eliminate certain enemies or groups of enemies. In my opinion, this mechanic shined the most at the earlier parts of the game. Late game is not that great. Though once you have a harder difficulty, these orders become more viable. Sadly, the game doesn't offer you much choice in some occasions, so you just do the objective even if it goes against your will. In Uncharted, there was hand-to-hand combat, but in this game you can just smack your enemies with your weapon, knocking them out and then brutally executing them. And this game endorses violent, brutal gameplay. So when you execute a knocked enemy, you gain ammo, and ammo is the most important resource in the game.
The designs are great overall. The cutscenes were great. I like how Walker progressively gets his gear tattered and damaged. badass stuff, you know? The image they try to create about war and war decisions is amazing in my opinion, even though the idea is overused in general media, but the delivery is full of impact. The music in this game is very cool, though not very memorable, except for the one used in the mission prior to the epilogue's mission. Yeah, the linear game design kinda calls back to the title, the line, since the events are linear and the missions or chapters occur in locations that progress through a line. So many lines over here. Concluding this review, the game is alright, despite initial failure at release, effectively concluding the franchise. If you don't know, this game is the 7th installment, but with the current situation with our real world, we see some similarities between these types of games and our world. Just like the new Superman movie. Though, don't get this wrong, the game is not criticizing America as a nation, but as army officials taking decisions and hard choices that shape the image of the nation in people's minds, regardless of how true that is. Since the game is story-driven at most, I can say that the writers have done a job well done at writing this masterpiece, albeit there are plot holes, but we can say the same about Fight Club's big plot twist, can't we now? This game can go up to 16 hours of gameplay if you 100% it. Not to mention, there are 4 endings. However, you wouldn't need to restart progress to get them. Yeah, there we go, finally. You can test each outcome and every ending like a Telltale game. Except it's not a Telltale game. Anyway, I personally give this game a fine 7.5 out of 10. It delivers satisfying gunplay, in-game achievements for my fellow sailing gamers. I still do not endorse that act. And a deep story that really doesn't care about the masses. Instead, it focuses on the main character, Martin Walker. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget, subscribe and drop a like if you want to see more content like this. And share the video with who might be interested. Anyway, until next time.
Is John Conrad the greatest man I ever served with? Well, I don't know. There was this one time in Kabul when he dragged my bleeding carcass half a mile to an evac chopper. So maybe I'm biased. But the facts don't lie. The man's a fucking hero.